Hey there, fellow tech lovers. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the AI chatbot explosion? I mean, like, who hasn't been bombarded with options like ChatGPT and Copilot and the countless others that are out there? It's like trying to choose between your favorite flavor of ice cream when they keep adding new ones. In today's video, we're going to be diving deep into the world of AI chatbots. Well, four of them. We're going to talk about Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. We'll break down the key differences, test their capabilities, and help you decide which one is the perfect for your needs. So, if you're ready to unlock the full potential of AI, let's get this AI party started.
Welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we are all about encouraging the three C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experiences despite their distance.
So, I have a question for you too. Which chatbot platforms do you personally use, and what are your impressions of each of those? And why don't we head over to Dory to start us off?
Well, I know that there's a ton of AI options out there now. It used to be like Chat GPT, and that was the end of the conversation. But I know that there are many others that you're going to actually hit us with tonight. So I personally have used Chat GPT and I've used Microsoft's Copilot mostly. I like them both for different reasons. But something interesting I found, I think there's quite a number of similarities in some of the responses for each based on, using the exact same prompt just copied and pasted into both platforms. So I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about that tonight in your comparison. Manny, what about you?
Well, I've used, just like you, I've used ChatGPT and I've used Copilot, but I've also used Claude. And Claude seems like they're really trying to make a lot of noise in the industry as well. But I use it in a kind of, it's pretty odd. Like the responses through ChatGPT and Copilot for me have been better. But whenever I'm working with a particular story and I need it to be a certain way, I get so much more value out of Claude. So to my surprise, but on the other areas like ChatGPT, I literally is my first, and then Copilot, and then Claude. So I use a little of each of those. And to be honest with you, I'm a big believer in these softwares. And as we know, a lot of the stuff that's being integrated is with ChatGPT, having their open AI on that or open source. And so I love where this is going. So the fact that Kevin is hitting on this tonight is super awesome because here's the truth. This is not going anywhere. And as one of my buddies said, he feels like this is like the internet all over again with the way this thing is becoming a household name, basically. You see it everywhere. So staying on top of it, my friends, that's what we're about. And if this is the type of content that you'd like to see more of, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you do get notified anytime we go live or we upload content. Off to you, Kevin.
So, thank you for joining us, and I'm super excited about going further into this AI rabbit hole. But before we actually dive deep into the and give a demo of each of these AI chatbots, first we need to know a little bit more about them. So we're just going to go and have a brief little overview of what each of these are. So the first one is going to be Microsoft's Copilot. Um, Microsoft Copilot is designed for seamless integration with Microsoft's ecosystem, especially Microsoft 365 tools like Word, Excel, and Teams. It's aimed at professionals looking for enhanced productivity and collaboration by assisting with writing, summarizing, and automating workflows. Next up, that we're all familiar with, is ChatGPT. ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI and is one of the most well-known AI chatbots. It's widely used in content creation, creative writing, coding, coding help, and even casual conversations. It has several versions, including GPT 5 or 3.5 and GPT 4, which have evolved significantly in their understanding and generation of human-like text. The next one is Gemini. And Gemini AI was developed by Google. It is designed with a focus on advanced language understanding and real-time collaboration. Google is leveraging their powerful AI tech to push boundaries in context awareness, multitasking, and integration with various tools. And then the fourth one we're going to be looking at is Claude AI. This was created by Anthropic, and it focuses on providing a safer and more ethical AI experience. It is designed to be robust in conversations while avoiding problematic content. Its primary focus is on maintaining conversational accuracy and user safety. So why don't we just jump on in and explain just sort of what some of the strengths and weaknesses and sort of some ideal cases for each of these, and we'll dive into each of them and give a demonstration of what each of these are able to do. So the first one we're going to jump into is Copilot. There we go. So Copilot is a game changer for professionals using Microsoft tools. It's excellent for automating tasks in Excel, like generation complex formulas or analyzing data. In Word, it helps with drafting documents, summarizing reports, and even formatting. If your workflow relies heavily on Microsoft Office, Copilot streamlines that process very efficiently. So one of the strengths is Copilot is amazing in the Microsoft environment, but outside of that, if the utility drops, if you're not in Word or Excel, you won't find as much value. Plus, it's more geared towards productivity tasks than creative or conversational applications. So if you need help with storytelling or brainstorming, Copilot isn't your best bet. But an ideal scenario for Copilot is it really shines in the corporate world. If you're a professional working in Word, Excel, or Teams, Copilot will save you hours by automating documents drafting, data analysis, and project management tasks. It's also great for report writing and summarizing large data sets. So now let's jump over to ChatGPT. The strength of this is it was sort of first out of the blocks and is very, very well known. ChatGPT, especially in its GPT-4 version, is great at creative tasks and like writing, brainstorming, and storytelling. It's also a strong coding assistant, providing programming, help, debugging, and generating code snippets. Plus, it's a favorite for customer support or chatbot-like interactions because of how conversational it feels. Well, and some of the downfalls of it, while ChatGPT is excellent for generating text, it sometimes struggles with highly technical tasks or niche knowledge areas. It's not as tightly integrated with tools like Microsoft or Google, but it's more of a standalone assistant. Additionally, while it can write code, it's not always accurate with complex projects, and debugging can be hit or miss. Some of the ideal work environments for this is for creative works like writing, content creation, or casual conversation. ChatGPT is your go-to. It's great for freelancers, marketers, and anyone who needs to brainstorm ideas or write long-form content. Plus, it's solid for coding assistance if you're a developer or a hobbyist. And we're going to jump into testing these out as well, but just going through some of the pros and cons and ideal scenarios for each of these. This is a surprise to me, and I'm excited to show you the capabilities of Gemini. It really excels in multitasking and real-time collaboration. It's particularly strong when it comes to integrating with Google Workspace. So if you use Google Docs, Sheets, or Gmail, Gemini can help you draft emails, create summaries, and even manage data. Its language understanding is also one of the most advanced due to Google's extensive AI research. Excuse me. One of the main drawbacks is its heavy reliance on the Google ecosystem. If you're not already deep into Google's apps, you might find it less useful. It also lacks some of the creative flexibility found in other AIs like ChatGPT. Ideal case scenario: if you're a Google Power user, someone who lives in Gmail, Docs, and Sheets, Gemini AI is a fantastic choice for streamlining your tasks. It's also good for team collaboration since it excels in real-time interactions. And when we go into the demonstration, I will show you some of the features that really caught my eye. And this is Claude. This is one I wasn't that familiar with, but it actually surprised me with what it's capable of doing. Claude is built for safety and conversation quality. It's known for its ethical considerations, ensuring that interactions remain safe, inclusive, and non-toxic. It's perfect for those who prioritize responsible AI usage, especially in environments where sensitive information is shared. And one of the downsides of it, Claude's AI main limitation is that it is very conservative in what it allows. This can lead to overly cautious responses, which might feel limiting for users who want more creative freedom or technical depth. It also doesn't have the same level of tool integration as Gemini or Copilot. And a good case scenario for this would be Claude's AI is perfect for environments where safety and inclusivity are paramount. If you're a teacher, healthcare professional, or in any field where sensitive conversations take place, Claude's ethical approach will give you peace of mind. So now let's dive into each of these individual chatbots and have some fun with them. Like I said, Copilot is great for integration within the corporate environment. It integrates with all of the Office products. So if you're an Office user, I would definitely recommend using Copilot, as the integration is great. So why don't we just try typing in something like, write a 5-minute script about AI chatbots. That include Copilot, Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT, of course. How could I forget that one? So, and then you hit enter, and then boom. So it gives a bit of an explanation in helping create this, but it's very professional and to the point. And as you see here, it's saying slide changes to Copilot, slide changes to Gemini, slide changes to Claude. So what I really like about Copilot, that it does have some capability for image creation as well. So all you have to do is enter in your image creation options here. So, okay, now that it's done, we are going to say create an image of 4 AI robots in a room based on the above presentation. And we'll see what kind of image that it actually does create. And then what we'll do is we'll copy these prompts into the other chatbots just to see the variation of the responses, which I think would be very cool to be able to compare between the various chatbots. So look at that. I absolutely love how this very easily created and you're able to update different themes as well right within. And I find it funny, they have Copilot, Gemini, Claude, but they didn't know how to do ChatGPT. So there you have it. 4 images were created with just those prompts. So now let us copy this prompt and try it in the other bots. First, let's go into ChatGPT. And here it goes. Basically giving like a breakdown of what each of them are and sort of what each of those segments are for, and also a timeline about it as well. And then it just goes through and creates each of those different segments. So yeah, this is really good if you are a content creator and looking to get a script together of your specific content. So now let's go back and copy that prompt. Create an image of 4 AI robots on the above presentation. And this Microsoft, it creates it through its own AI, and ChatGPT, I didn't realize how well it actually did image generation. I totally have been using Canva for a lot of my image generation, but if you're working in these chatbots, you can integrate the image generation along with the robot, or the not robots as I see it pop up. As you use the text, and you can add the image because you want to refer back to that as opposed to going to another program and creating it. So yeah, once again, little trouble with the names. But hey, it actually created the AI robots and put them together in a room. And I said 4, but 5 showed up. So somehow you can get rid of one of them. So I thought that was really neat. And then let's copy that again. And go over to Gemini. And this one, this is going to be fun because with Microsoft Copilot, you can actually use your microphone and also upload images to actually create content within the chatbots. And actually, as we go through here, the script of the chatbot debate, and then it has the different settings for the script. And we'll just quickly go and copy the image prompt. And paste that. So now this uses the Imagine 3 image generation. So we'll see what kind of image it actually produces. So there we go. And we can always change it to make it sound more human-like. But if you notice here, you can actually listen to the AI chatbot. And I'm not sure, I don't think you'll be able to hear it because I don't have my settings set up. But if you actually click on it, and it'll read out the prompts here saying, certainly, here's an image of 4 AI robots in a room based on the presentation. So if you want to hear how it actually sounds when you actually create it, you can actually hit that listen and an AI voice will read through the entire thing, as opposed to you just sort of reading and seeing how it sounds in your head. So that is a cool feature that I really like about Gemini. So let's copy that prompt for the one last one. For Claude. So I'm very curious about the language that's going to be used for this, because they said it's more of a safe type of environment and a non-toxic. So nothing really too controversial. So we're going to ask it a question after. And what I like about this is it actually opens it off to the side, and that's the actual document there. And the chatbot's over on the left saying, yeah, I've created a 5-minute script comparing Copilot, Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT as requested. So there's the script, and it's over off to the side. So I really am liking the aesthetics of having this sort of split into 2 screens, so that you can have the chatbot, but also on the right is your content, as opposed to having it right in the middle. So I'm wondering, I'm going to reply to this saying to Claude, will AI take over my job? And I'm very curious what's and very, very politically correct. The question of whether AI will take over jobs is complex and doesn't have a simple yes or no answer. Here's a balanced perspective. So, yeah, it is very quick and very, has a very different sound to it. It's very, I think, toned down. If you look at the words that's using, and yeah, very, very text based. And as I had mentioned before, this doesn't do any image generation, whereas these other AI chatbots do. So, and just to show this, copy, and we'll paste this in. So yeah, I apologize, but I'm not able to generate image, or create, generate, edit, manipulate, or produce images. I can only perceive and analyze existing images. However, I can describe such an image might look like based on the presentation about AI chatbots. So it doesn't create, but it gives you an overall concept and analyzes what was said in the presentation. So that is a very, very brief introduction to what these different chat bots are able to do. So I am super curious to see what others think about it, and sort of some of my personal thoughts about what's about the different chatbots. Let me just get back over here. Some of my personal thoughts. Copilot. What I really like about it is when you hover over, actually, let me jump back over. When you do Copilot, you can actually, if you're doing something that is data based, let's see, let me just jump back to this other one, AI chatbot comparison. Was it in here? Yeah. And talking about pros and cons. What I really like is it actually gives a link to where it got the information from and how it's learning. So you can actually click on the links and it will take you to the data where it actually got from. So I think that is a really cool part of Microsoft Copilot. And yeah, image generation is always a big thing for me. So I definitely would love to keep with chatbots that help while you're using it to help create stuff, and also help with creating images to go along with your content creation. A couple of things that do concern me is because you're in the Microsoft ecosystem, the concern about privacy is always there with any of these AI chatbots as well. And yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve to using Copilot as well. Gemini, that really has surprised me. I think that may move up to be my number one chatbot. Just playing around with it, it has so much similar to Copilot in terms of the functionality, but I'm more in, for my personal life, more into the Google ecosystem as I am than the Microsoft. So I want to play a little bit more about the integration into Gmail and how to use it to help my day-to-day and my my streaming as well, because I definitely use Google as a backbone to my whole streaming processes. ChatGPT, factual accuracy is always a question actually with any of the chatbots that are out there. And the image generation, I just learned about that not too long ago. I knew, but I kind of forgot. But it's the image generation through Dolly. And Dolly has done a great job in creating a bunch of those images and doing great quality work. And sort of at the end of the spectrum for me is Claude. What I found out that it's sort of a lack of real-time updates. It's anything dates or factual, you do want to double check to make sure the accuracy of it. But even Claude doesn't even produce some of those types of information. So you almost have to second guess everything that it's saying when it comes to data accuracy. And no image generation, unfortunately. So that was a selling point for me. But I'm very curious to hear what Dory and Manny have to say. So let's head on over and hear what their thoughts are of these four chatbots. Over to you guys. So now that we're all back together, I really want to hear what your opinions of chatbots overall has changed, if they've changed, and also was there any information that I provided that may change your chatbot of choice? So why don't we head over to Dorian, hear what her opinions are?
Yes and yes. So Gemini is really intriguing me. I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, I've only used Microsoft Copilot to incorporate image generation as part of the script conversation, like just naturally as part of that. And now hearing, well, first I want to test it out in ChatGPT because for some reason I've never tested out image creation as part of my prompt process. But I really want to test the waters with Gemini. It seems like there's a lot of undiscovered information there. And the readability factor, the fact that it will read its information to you so you can kind of hear cadence and flow, I'm really digging that. So I'm very interested and will be checking out Gemini for sure. Now, the teacher aspect of me, I'm really interested in some of the things that you mentioned about Claude. So I think for me, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm wearing my content creator hat, I'm going to be playing around with Gemini. If I'm investigating some things from an educational standpoint, I think I do want to test out Claude and see what kind of differences I get there. So I'm really, really interested in those two. Manny, what about you?
My gosh, Kevin, great job. You really opened up my eyes to a few things that I'm gonna be honest, I'm embarrassed. I use this stuff all the time, and I'm like, son of a monkey, I've been wondering how you can easily do that. And then here you are busting it out. Like the images in ChatGPT. I'm like, how did I not already know this? So thank you for opening my eyes there. And the way you integrated a lot of this stuff was like flawless. And you open up so many more possibilities in making this that much easier, right? Because here's the truth about this stuff. Like, I did not know this on Gemini. I've not used that thing at all. So you definitely brought up something that I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to be putting a little more time into this because I am a fan of Google. I'm a fan of Google. I'll be honest. And Gemini being their baby basically and learning from their mistakes. I'm like, I haven't really used, I don't know that I probably used it once when I didn't really know AI very much or something, when it was a different name actually. So the fact that you brought all of these things out there, because like I even said earlier, I used three different ones and Gemini wasn't one of them. But I can guarantee you this, starting tomorrow, Gemini is going to be on my little, okay, let me try this and see what it gives me. So thank you so much for that, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I just want to reiterate, Kevin, I really like your synopsis of it, your explanation, your comparisons. It was just perfectly spot on. And if you out there in video land are enjoying this content and finding it useful, we here at C3 would absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe. Sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. Visit our website for more information on all the ways you can connect with us at linktree/content creators connect. It is right up there on your screen. We are on YouTube and Facebook.
My friends, please, if there's anything you would like us to cover, comment below and let us know what kind of content that you'd like to see in the future. Because if it's one thing we love to do is dive into something, get good at it, start doing it, and then start educating on how to get it done after we've already done it. So until then, my friends, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. On to you, Kevin. Great job today, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah, if you want to keep on learning about AI, make sure to catch a video that we did way back in February where Manny revealed how AI is transforming social media marketing. It's a must watch. So make sure you go and see it. So don't miss out. All right, see you next time.
Bye bye. Thanks for joining.
Bye.